Experience 10 days of Grand Europe trip for easy EMI of Rs 25,000 only with GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Wonder Diamond, South India's largest lab-grown diamond brand, stores at Chennai, Coimbatore, Bangalore and Hyderabad.
Hello and welcome to Galattaplus. In this video review episode, we're going to be talking about Mohan ji's Bakasuran starring Selvaraghavan and Nataraja Subramanian. The film is a dull drama about the exploitation of women. As always, this review may have spoilers, so do watch at your own discretion. Now, there are three narratives buried in the convoluted screenplay of this movie. One is from the Shankar playbook, where a wronged man turns into a vigilante killer and kills those who wronged him by means of a very exotic method. If it was Varmakalai in Indian and tactics from the Garuda Puranam in Onion, here the modes of killing are taken from Bhima in the Mahabharata. Mohan ji adds a communal angle to this tragedy in a scene where an affected father talks to and seeks comfort from a blazing fire. He points out that the man belongs to the same community that was enraged by the depiction of the Agnikundam in Jai Bhim. Selvaraghavan, whose character is named Rasu, plays the vigilante killer. This is not a spoiler because we see him in this mode in the film's very first scene. His last name is muted in the movie, but the trailer told us that it was Kachirayar. The second narrative in Bakasuran is a broader version of the first narrative. Here, instead of one wronged man, we have many wronged people whose daughters end up in sex work. This is the plot driving factor in this narrative. If the earlier narrative was a simpler story about a single girl who was traumatized, this narrative is about a larger conspiracy. It is not clear whether the victims belong to the same community as I mentioned above, but based on the filmmaker's earlier work, I think it's possible to guess the identities of the young men who lure these young women into sex work, though I can't say for sure. This narrative involves Nataraja Subramanian as a successful YouTuber named Arul, who uploads true crime videos. The character is also something of a detective, though the clues in the screenplay are easy enough to follow by anyone who has ever seen a Tamil movie. For all the sensationalism here, there is no tension. The two narratives blend together uneasily and very predictably and very broadly too. A man who heads a meeting about violence against women is shown to be a womanizer. Yeah, big surprise there. There are a few interesting points to be sure. For example, if people refuse to report sex crimes, fearing for their family honor, then how do we bring the culprits to justice? This is the problem that Arul faces, and the solution comes from the other narrative, that the only way to expose them is to kill them. Or maybe, like Arul does, we can reveal their misdeeds through video recordings. The film says that smartphones are evil and lead to women being led astray by evil men, but it also shows how a smartphone's video camera can be used to bring down the biggest of villains. So is the smartphone good or is it bad? The answer is not that simple. Everything that can be used for good purposes can also be used for bad things. So why villainize the poor smartphone, which is just a tool? The best character in Bakasuran is the progressive grandfather played by K. Rajan. This man knows that a girl cannot be held responsible if she is duped by bad people, and he even encourages his granddaughter when she brings home a boyfriend. And yet, there is the subtext that had this girl not had a boyfriend, had she just been a good girl and concentrated on studies, none of these things that happened to her would have happened. There is also the subtext that people living in cities live like Westerners and that women are safest in their own homes, and even there, their safety is suspect because of smartphones. In other words, decoding the messaging is more interesting than anything else in this randomly written and unimaginatively directed movie, where a miscast Selvaraghavan is thrown into big action scenes. See Sani Kaidam again and recall how wonderfully this actor's unique persona can be used. And now we come to the third narrative, which is the subtext in these films which are made by directors who are vocal about caste. The protagonist is shown as a man who lives on alms from a Shiva temple. He sings songs about this god from devotional epics like Pattinathar and Nandanar, which was about a Dalit saint. Is the man really a Shiva devotee, or is this just his disguise? After all, he is used to playing parts, being a folk theatre artist in his village. Like many other movies of this nature, the real interest in Bakasuran may be in what is being said or what is being left unsaid, I don't know the answers, but sociologists and political minds may have a more interesting time with Bakasuran than lay audiences like us. That's it about Mohanji's Bakasuran. If you like this video review, do subscribe to Galattaplus and see you soon at the movies.
Experience 10 days of Grand Europe trip for easy EMI of Rs 25,000 only with GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Wonder Diamonds, South India's largest lab-grown diamond brand, stores at Chennai, Coimbatore, Bangalore and Hyderabad.